Hey y'all. Well, it's been a whole minute, hadn't it? Here we are, the second day or so of winter? Third day, second day, something like that. I still say they need to print off a different almanac for Texas, because 75 degrees today. We won't have winter till February. We only got 2 seasons, I say all the time. Heard that one time. Hope y'all are doing all right in preparation for a celebration of Jesus' birth this week. Christmas is on the way and it's here, right? I guess the only white Christmas Jordan and I'll have around here will be a little old spoiled flower I got into the other night and threw it out in the backyard. He said we ought to take a picture and put that up. Well, all is okay here on the place, I suppose. But this time of year has got it looking pretty rough. Chickens are surviving. Turkeys hadn't done so well. We've got about 3 or 4 left out of 20, I think it was. But maybe we'll make spring with enough to propagate the herd. We're still on kid watch with the goats. They're doing fine, but no babies or kids yet. It's all right. Kind of slipping, I guess. I love this time of year, but sometimes the pressures of it can get to you, and we had a few setbacks. Didn't expect this year. And let's see, first year I came back in, we did the old tradition Mom used to do. It's been well over a decade, almost 2, since there's been a joyous celebration of the family that lived here for so long. After my mom passed, of course, we all move on, don't we, in our lives. But first moved in 2018, decided to go out there on that lane and cut down a cedar tree, like Mom did all the time. And Jordan and I put it up in there next to that old fireplace heater and decorated her up. And it was nice. And last year, I got as far as the Christmas tree. I still laugh about that. Got it in there, got it put up, and we didn't put 1 stitch of decorations on it. Don't ask me why. I got caught up with this, that, and the other, and then it was January. It was time to take it down. Thought that was something. Well, this year I saved the tree and didn't put one up, but it's not for lack of celebration. Tongue in cheek, I said, Jesus didn't have a Christmas tree, so I guess I can go 1 year without one, huh? I don't mind them, just didn't go through the motions of it. My son did, my oldest son, Jeremy. Of course, we've got a new addition, Jasper, first grandson of mine. His sister, Bella, up in Illinois. But he wanted to commission me to get some new flowers for Mom's tombstone. Of course, that's not where we go to where they live. That's just a memorial. That's how I see it. So I got to thinking about it, and we discussed it and put our heads together with the other kiddos, and we decided we'd make a little wreath. I know that's nothing out of the ordinary, but we'd make a wreath and put it out there on Christmas Eve. I'll pick it up in January. So I braved the Hobby Lobby. I was like a goose in a snowstorm, and I didn't have a clue what I was doing, but with the help of FaceTime and my daughter and a little bit of input from everybody, we got something I think Mom will like, even though we'll be enjoying it more than she will. Got a magnolia bloom, and took a wreath and channeled my inner decorator, if I have one. It's about as good as it gets. So we'll head out to her memorial tomorrow morning and set that out and think of her like we do every day, really. That's good stuff. Pastor said something the other night, kind of got me tickled. I can sure think of it in reference to this old place. He said, he's like a turtle on a fence post. Kind of like me. You have to wonder, they sure didn't get there by themselves. They had a help, right? I think that's how it is. We all should lean on one another in these crazy times. I've been doing a little work with him, and we had to see, what was it, Monday evening, Tuesday evening? My days run together. Anyway, y'all know all about it when the 2 planets lined up and showed us what they call the Christmas star for the first time in 800 years. And None of us breathing will see it that close again, they say. Kind of hit me, though. This moment that we're spending together right now, we'll never get to do again in our lifetime, will we? So it's special stuff, but every little moment we get is that way. I was out working with him. He's got some property that he's building some little homes on, and we were stepping off property lines. And I'm not fearful of dogs, but big old barking dog will make you step twice, won't it? Especially if it ain't yours. But I was walking along a property line, big old fence there, couldn't see over it. Pickets. I was about halfway down it pulling that tape, and sure enough, big old German Shepherd started trying to get through that fence on me. That wasn't the story. What struck me is I just kind of kept walking, didn't pay him no mind. I mean, I didn't even flinch, and it was such odd behavior for me not to even flinch that I really noticed it. And I got to thinking about that, especially in context of where we're at today. I couldn't see that dog. Heard him, but I didn't see him. And I felt not threatened at all because that fence was guarding it. Right? Didn't have any fear of it. I wonder how many times that if you trust in it, the good Lord doesn't show you everything. Because that'd been a chain link fence, I probably would have jumped a little bit, even though it had held the dog, I'd have seen it. So maybe we're not supposed to know what on the other side of that fence sometimes, right? A lot of craziness, uncertainty. My heart broke today. I got a good friend out Jasper way that's struggling. And nobody would even guess the connection. I've got a lot of good friends in Jasper. This one probably couldn't guess who it is, but they're struggling with addiction. Breaks my heart. It's a lifelong battle, and this time of the year really didn't help anything. And give them a forum to speak openly and honest, and they're taking a dive today. May not hear from them if they come back for a while, but sure blessed to be free of that in my immediate family. It breaks my heart. A lot of folks suffering right now, especially with all the memories. A lot of folks alone, but we're really not if we choose to think about it. The old saying says, be happy and a reason will come along, won't it? We have to choose to do that, get up and keep moving, because we'd probably die of fright if we saw what was on the other side of that fence sometimes. But we've been guarded from it, and I'm thankful for that. Sorry I didn't get any Christmas cards out this year. I'm not making a New Year's resolution. I don't do those, but making a commitment to myself to do a little bit better next year. And setback or not, we'll do Christmas proper, like I remember it. Right? Let's remember those in need. I think that's the biggest gift you could do, is help somebody around you. I debated even doing a video. Just don't feel like I've got things I want to give this year, but had to beat myself in the head and say, well, might as well go on there and say hello to all my friends, right? I did a little burning on that garden today. You can't tell it, but I'm going to starting until a reason comes along, right? We'll have another big one this spring, hopefully. But, anyway, wish all of y'all a Merry Christmas. Got another dear friend, her husband, they're a business associate of mine, and y'all know them if I called their name, they'd ask not for that, but he sudden diagnosis of pancreatic cancer, and they're going to be on the operating table Christmas Eve for 5 to 7 hours, and prognosis looks good. But if you're praying, might mention that need in prayer this Christmas Eve as we celebrate time with family. I'm going to miss my kiddos. I don't think we've spent a Christmas together in well over a decade or right at it. But, we know we're loved. We don't have to necessarily be together to celebrate it, do we? I know it can hit you in the gut sometimes, but you gotta be thankful for your blessings, right? That's right. Well, the turkeys and chickens look like they're on evening bug patrol for their little evening snack. They got big, I'll tell you that. Hope to get a few eggs out of them and we'll hatch them. Let's see here. I'm about to do a roll call, and we'll call it an evening. I think I got 2 hens and a big old tom. No, 3 hens, okay. Hang on, let me get my story straight. I'm learning these things. All right, 2 toms and 2 hens. This one's been through it. I'm afraid he got in a little tussle with a booger. Look at them poor old feathers on the back. At least he avoided Thanksgiving, right? He didn't know what was on the other side of that fence. But he was protected from it because he was last of the bunch. So couldn't afford to do any eating on that. I think I'd rather have an egg a day from a chicken in perpetuity than have chicken dinner one day. Right? I need to remember that. Hope y'all have a blessed Christmas. Let me sound off where everybody's at. And I'm going to get out of my comfort zone and get up out of that recliner for a little bit and go build a little fire and think about Christmas past here on this place in a real good way. It's supposed to be celebrated. Family's everything. It really is. All right, let me see who all's on here and we'll get off for the evening. I'm out of practice. Y'all going to have to bear with me on this. Hang on. Ooh, there's a lot of them. Let me see if I can get through them. There's Alicia. How are you, ma'am? Merry Christmas to you, Lisa. Guess I'm going to be saying that a lot. I'm gonna say a corporate Merry Christmas to all of you, but I'll read them. There's my Aunt Pat and Miss Maria out California way. Let's see. Miss Sandra's checking in. There's Jay Snyder. Back at you, sir. I'm going to look here. Sandra saying howdy again. There's Roy. Good afternoon to you, sir. There's Deborah. Joanne Smith. Let's see. There's Miss Janie from Cincinnati. Good Lord, every time I see that, I think about that old show, WKRP. I'm dating myself now, ain't I? What was that, the annual Christmas or turkey drop? Those of a certain age remember that funny thing. Good to see you on, Janie. Get this thing settled. There's Melissa. Deborah's checking in. Mr. Miles, how are you? From Arlington, Texas. Terry's saying howdy. There's Jamie. And Alicia. Thank you for that. Thank y'all. We did good. I had to send a picture to Faith, and I got a thumbs up heart approval for that. So that's my little test. So if she approves, I'm in good shape. There's Miss Dorothy. Let's see who else is on here. Mrs. Carolyn, how are you? Trying to get through them all, y'all. Thank you, Linda. And Mr. Andrew from Interlachen, Florida. See, I didn't forget. There's Margaret from San Antonio. Dean Choate. Hey, buddy, how are you? Miss Billy Smith on there. Thank y'all for the prayers, too, from my friends. There's Gina. And Linda saying howdy. Miss Sandra again. There's Donna. Y'all ever watch Neil McCoy? I got a lot of respect for that man. Good old East Texas boy. He was one of my first interviews when Facebook Live really started off. I was doing the country radio out of Waco. And, man, I watched it the other night just for grins. He is something else. He's just as real as they come. But I watch his pledge every morning. That's impressive how many days he's went doing that Pledge of Allegiance. But I get tickled at him watching, and sometimes I kind of feel like that just scrolling, but they're just rolling by at 1,000 comments a second. But he keeps up with them. Oh, man, he's something else. Him in those glasses, right? There's Maggie. How are you? Margie down Huntsville Way. Good to see you on. And let's see. There's Darlene, Jean, Kim. I think I got everybody. There's Kathy. Thank you, ma'am. Miss y'all, too. Some days just don't... Yep, Aggie, that's right, the turkey drop. Not a whole lot to talk about in the fall and winter months. There's nothing really growing in the pasture or garden. And just kind of hunker down till spring. But I'll do what I can. I guess I can come on here and ramble and walk through the woods, huh? The old sugar cane's dead. I got about 6 stalks out of it. I need to harvest it. I guess I'm gonna have to ask Uncle Google, because all the old timers around me are pretty much gone, and can't go to them for a source. I wish I could, because that's better knowledge than old Uncle Google, isn't it? Yeah. All right, well, y'all have a good evening, a very Merry Christmas, and we may talk for the new year. I'll make that my Christmas resolution. Can you do that? I think you can. Guess we can do what we want. We're all grown up, huh? Remember that fence. He's protecting you more than you know. Keep that centered. All right, y'all have a good evening. Be the light. Merry Christmas.